wants because of those huge talons. You see those claws holding on to Brittany's glove? Those talons have a force of 750 pounds per square inch.
Yikes.
For comparison, that is 5 times stronger than your strongest bite. Right? So she can grab on any prey up to the size of small deer. Of course, she needs to be able to find that prey, and she does have some amazing eyes. Some of the biggest eyes per body size of any animal. There they are compared to her skull. If you were to scale her skull up to the size of ours, the eyes would be as big as softballs. They're so accurate that if you were at one end of the ark and Luna were at the other, and you held up a book, she could see the words on the page. She couldn't read them, she's an owl, but she'd still be able to spot them. And those eyes are so big, they have to stay in place. They're so big they just pop out of her head, where they're not held in place by special bones called sclerotic rings. One effect is that her eyes are always pointed forwards. So when she needs to look around, she has to turn her entire head. And you'll see her turn her head all kinds of weird, wonky ways. She can actually rotate 270 degrees in either direction, 3/4 of the way around. That's not something we can do, is it? All right, try turning your head as far as you can. Oh, that hurts. Okay. We can go about 90 degrees. She can go 3 times further because she has 14 joints in her neck where we have only 7. Also, she has real loose blood vessels in there because if she didn't, if she twisted around, she'd cut off the blood to her brain and give herself a stroke. But that's not a problem the way God designed her blood vessels. The thing is, she doesn't really rely on her eyesight when she is hunting because when is she actually going to be active? Night, or dawn and dusk, when it's going to be a little bit darker. So she has to use another sense that's just as good. What do you think it is?
Hearing.
It is hearing, yes. So her ears are not visible right now. Those are just plumes on top. Those are not her actual ears. Her ears are hidden under all those feathers, and they're pointed forwards, so that as sound comes towards her face, it's directed into those ears. Now, as you're listening, you can hear which direction the sound comes from, at least left and right, right? Whichever way the sound comes to, whichever ear it gets to first, you know it came that direction. If you look at her ears, the right ear is higher than the left ear. That means she knows which way the sound came from, left and right, and up and down. And at certain frequencies, she hears 10 times better than we do. So even when that mouse is scurrying underneath the snow, 6 inches deep, 100 yards away, she can still hear it. And it can't hear her, because the way God designed owl feathers, there are these little cone structures along the front of each feather. As the wind is passing over her wings, as she's gliding down, those cones break up the turbulence, they dampen the noise, and she flies completely silently. That mouse will never hear her until she's right on top of it. She is amazingly designed, isn't she? And yet she's still a predator, right? She eats other animals, which is not the way God intended her to be. And it's not the way she's going to be in the future. Isaiah tells us about a time when the wolf is going to dwell with the lamb. The leopard will lie down with the ox. The lion will eat straw like the ox. And children will play over the dens of venomous snakes. All of that is going to be in the new heavens and the new earth, when God is going to restore everything in creation that was destroyed by sin, right? Even the animals. And he's opened the way for us to join him eternally in that new heavens and new earth. That's why he sent his only son, Jesus, who became a man and lived a sinless life so that whoever believes in him will not perish but have eternal life and see that creation restored as it was intended to be. So I hope you enjoyed meeting